Here today, now that we've got the vetoes done, we can get into the action. And it should be some darn good action, as we've got two very exciting players. In the bottom left, it is the Mexican Zerg player, Cham.
And in the top left, it's the captain. You know him as Harstem. All right, kids. It's Persephone. It's one of those maps where you spawn on the same side. It's going to lead to some weird stuff. There's a healing shrine on this map. MOBA is invading Starcraft 2. We'll see if they take advantage of it. I think most players just kind of ignore it. But there's a speed zone on the right side that is nice for getting from the bottom to the top. So we will see if anybody employs that as well. Interesting map, Persephone.
Yeah, the healing zone is so far out there that it's not the most accessible. It's kind of one of those like, oh, I'll use it if I can type things, but otherwise.
Yeah. Well, if the enemy's got a base up there, right, or down there, as the case may be, as we're harassing a little bit with the probe. But yeah, like if we get to the point where Harstem's got a, fourth or fifth base up in the top right corner, then sure, you got a nice little attack path from Cham to get up there and see what we can do. So pool on the way, good stuff. Hatch coming down. Nothing like the first series we had today, where it was such crazy stuff. It was over way faster than anybody really expected. So I expect this series to be a little bit less hectic.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible for any series to be quicker and more chaotic than that Future versus Mana one. But Mana executed that very, very well. And yeah, we'll see what Cham's going to bring out. He recently had some very good ZVZ, so we'll see if he can bring that over to the PVZ matchup. He does play on the European server fairly regularly, I believe, which is why we invited him to this event. And yes, let's see here, as we've got an Adept on the way for Harstem.
Yeah, normal stuff here. Gonna go for a scout, check the lair timing, see if there's a Rotorn coming down, that important stuff. Third base from Cham coming in around 2:30. I'd love that timing. Stargate back home. Speed being delayed until after the third base gets started. I kind of like that too in this matchup. Seems fine.
Yeah, I think it's quite all right. I'm not sure how much it affects the timings or anything like that, but Cham will just have to contend with the one Adept for now. Harstem then goes for a Stalker, so likely going to be an Oracle, I guess, and then he'll use the Stalker to try and kill the Overlord. Couple of Lings engage that Adept, which went to the main base but shaded on out. As long as no drones die, the Zerg shall be happy. Stalker, and
I love it when the Oracle, I love when the Oracle's just used to scout high ground. It's like, come on, I've got a laser, man. I'm supposed to be killing stuff. It's like, yeah, but you can't hit Overlord, sorry.
Man, imagine if Oracles could attack up.
Oh, man.
That would be wild. Phoenix would be useless. Everyone would just build Oracles.
You're probably right, honestly. They'd be pretty great.
That would be an interesting mod. Like, there's like all the Imba League mods and stuff. How about make every unit that attacks ground shoot up and every unit that attacks air shoot ground? See how that goes.
You know, I'm sure somebody would be able to do that. It doesn't seem too difficult.
Yeah, it might have been
It'd be
done
interesting
already.
for sure.
I think Zerglings would be OP.
They would. Oh, it's resonating glaives, laughing games.
It's a best of 5 PVZ, and you're telling me he's going resonating glaives?
What? In game 1?
It's like if you play hide and seek with like a baby. The baby doesn't really know how to hide, but it's like, oh, I'm totally surprising you, peekaboo.
Exactly.
Then you just act all surprised, like, oh my gosh, he's going for Resonating Glaive of Depth. There's no way.
It was gone for a while.
I mean, yeah. And then it came back.
I mean, it wasn't gone, but
That's
it was
the thing.
pretty rare to see. Nothing dies unless it gets like totally patched out and made impossible to make work.
Yeah, it's more so just like a macro opener these days almost, because it's like, yeah, I'll see what I can get done with the Adepts, and then I'll transition.
Yeah, it's true. 3 bases, Resonating Glaive Adepts, not that weird.
And if the Zerg messes up, I win, and if not, we macro.
I've got 3 bases, and I'll get a 4th base. It'll be fine. So, 7 roaches popping, glial reconstitution happening. Cham's ready for this.
He really is.
So ready.
He's got lots of
This is
queens.
as ready, I think, as you can be.
Oh, yeah.
Adepts are like, let's not finish there. I mean, maybe we can take down this hatchery under production, but
Couple lings
I think the
running
most
in.
you can expect.
They don't actually deal with the stasis wards, unfortunately. 1 roach takes 1 for the team. Harstem may actually get this hatchery. We shall see. Queens will have transfuse energy, but they are not on creep. Can it transfuse it? Yes, it does.
There
Last
we
moment
go.
transfuse. Is there another? No, there isn't. So the hatch does perish. The Adepts then shade towards the 3rd base. Now, Cham has built a lot of roaches to defend this, so we'll see if he's going to get potentially aggressive and counterattack.
That may be the first time I saw a Resonating Glaive Adept attack show up and kill nothing but a hatchery. Like, that is the weirdest interaction. No queens died. I'm not sure any lings died there either, but like no drones died, but a hatchery went down. That is so bonkers.
Yeah,
This is why we cast these games.
Cham is almost like, you're not going to kill my hatchery, are you? I have drones you could be killing instead. But no, Harstem just made great use of the oracles, had very good positioning there as the queens were slow to get out there, and then the stasis ward slowed the Zerg down. So well done to Harstem, realizing he can get that.
Man. Blink's on the way. Storm's on the way. More Ravagers coming in. Yeah, Cham is going for a big Ling Roach Ravager style attack. Oracle's keeping an eye on this.
Yeah,
Adepts are
nice
back.
roaches, though, to respond.
Yeah, I mean, a couple drones are going to die here based on the micro from Harstem. No real surprise. And here comes the push. The Oracles are trying to snipe down the Ravagers. They're a great target. They really thin out the power as a couple Ravagers die to Oracles before getting a single shot off. As Harstem is blinking back. He's got Blink available. Charging, kind of face smashing his way in here with these roaches. But I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work out for him. He's a lot of stalkers. The Ravager count keeps getting whittled down by these Oracles. Man.
The numbers for Cham, though, are looking pretty good, although Zerg supply is a little bit misleading. Harstem's got so many stalkers, he can micro them back and blink them to minimize the damage they take, and Cham is just streaming in units here, but he did not reach critical mass or anything like that. What a great defense from Harstem.
Yeah, Stalkers are just good, man. Stalkers do bonus versus armored, which roaches are. They're so mobile. They've got such great range. Stalkers are just MVPs, dude. In the hands of a good Protoss player, which Harstem is, they are very slippery, very hard to take down, and just putting out tons of damage, too. And he's just pushing across the map with them. Gets an Overlord, no problem. Probably might kill another one here, too. The Roach Ravager stuff is good to a certain extent, but once there's that many Blink Stalkers, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how you make it work. Stasis, good triggering that stasis with one Zergling, though. That's awesome.
Yeah, Ling's may be able to shut
on
the
a fourth
down. Yeah.
Oh, easy. That's a cancel. I don't think he's going to save that at all. And
it's
not
a
even
kill.
close. Ooh, even worse. A little too distracted, microing on this side of the map.
Yeah, and now as long as Cham can hold on, he won't be in a terrible position. Canceling that 4th base is a big boon for him, as he is on his own 4th and reasonably well saturated. 66 drones isn't perfect for the Zerg, so he'll probably try and squeeze out a few more whenever possible. Or maybe he'll just double down and go for yet another attack, although this seems a little bold, seeing as how there's almost as many stalkers as roaches. But great positioning from Cham, able to out-position Harstem, pick off that Nexus once again. I think he needs to get out of there. And he got a whopping 18 probes during that.
I mean, that's good. I don't know that he was doing so great until that point, but dude, 18 probes down, fantastic. +2 attack is on the way from Harstem.
Yeah, it really, really was. Like, Harstem, was just out of position for that attack, and Cham sees the day by moving on out, and now we've got all these stalkers stepping onto creep. Lots of banelings have been produced. Centrifugal hooks is done. The question shall be the Psy Storm, and there is 6 High Templar.
My goodness. The banelings crashing into stalkers, not the best targets ever. Storm thinning out those banelings quite nicely, too. High Templar not going to make it home at all. No, every High Templar goes down to the Ling's Banes. And the Roaches, they're dead. They did some work. But it's, I mean, 104 to 84 army supply. Banelings trying to get into the probes there. 15 total probes have died. Cham is just trying to make this Roach stuff happen.
Yeah, and he's doing a good job of it. GG.
And he does. I was not expecting it to end right there quite, but I guess enough probes had died. And importantly enough, those High Templar were dead, which is never good. And that's a fantastic game number 1 win for Cham. Good grief. All right, so that is game 1. Very aggressive play from our Zerg player here. Looking good. Looking strong. At the end of the day, the Blink Stalkers, without anything to support them, like those High Templar, we're not going to get it done in the end. So let's get into our game number 2. Harstem still has a lot of tricks up his sleeves here. We're on a ley line. Definitely a good game numero uno there.
Yeah, dare I say a bit better than that Cham versus Mana. That game may have been as long as the entire Cham Mana series, now that I think about it.
Yeah, good old ley lines. Fun map. Certainly a very fun map.
Okay, just getting everyone into the lobby and we'll be ready to go again.
There we go, ready to rock. There's the beeping sound of excitement, and we're going to move into game numero 2. There we are. We made it. Everything's fine. So game 2 here. I'd love to see a proxy hatch in the series, but that is always a little bit too much to ask. I mean, we don't have Rogue here, for heaven's sakes, but we'll see what he does. Bottom left of ley lines, it's our red Zerg player. It's Cham.
And in the upper right, it's Harstem. Team Liquid's Harstem. So not only do we have 2 European Protoss, we have 2 Team Liquid Protoss.
Indeed. It's a good organization, stalwart. Been around for literally ever.
Cham cancels an Overlord, decides to go for a
15 hatch after Extractor Pool. Yeah, Extractor Trick. Blind, mind you. Like, he didn't do that because he saw anything. It's just like, cancel Overlord.
Changed mind. Which players sometimes do. Nerves and stuff are always a factor in series. In fact, Cham may be putting even more pressure on himself than usual after having a good result in the RSL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Harstem goes for a very, very delayed probe scout, but he will come in to see the natural timing, confirm what build he's up against.
All right. Stargate coming in. No real surprise on that one. So Adept on the move out for scouting, Stargate on the move out for scouting and harassing. I guess Adepts are there for harassing too. Sometimes they get a couple probe kills.
Yeah.
And Zerg player, you know, they don't really have that. They've got scouting, but harassing options are not very good these days for Zerg.
Cham rocking the Mecha Zerg skins, which you gotta love.
Uh-huh.
I think the drone one's probably one of the cooler skins out there.
Yeah, they've just got little, I don't know, like their little buzz saws on their hands. Good design. I mean, gorgeous.
Yeah. Phenomenal design.
Yeah, I always wonder when I see stuff like that, I'm like, I wonder if the person who actually designed that is still at Blizzard.
They've been reassigned to make Overwatch characters.
Probably. Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I know, like, the war chest took a lot of effort.
Uh-huh.
And it is a shame that Blizzard stopped making them, because, like, I have a hard time believing that if they had a crew of 1 or 2 people making war chests, like, even, like, 1 a year, that it wouldn't generate enough revenue to pay their salaries.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Anyway, we've got Harstem coming on in with this Oracle. Cham does zone him out with the queens.
Yeah, and that's so important, man. I mean, it looks normal because every pro game you watch... Ooh, fast fleet beacon on 3 bases.
Yeah, very, very quick. Fast fleet beacon, double Stargate. So what will this be? Tempest, Carriers, Void Rays, all are an option.
They are. I mean, probably not Void Rays, though. Void Rays are pretty much okay without the Flux Veins upgrade, especially early. This has got to be either Tempest or Carriers. And Cham has no idea about this. Cham is in the dark about this whole thing.
Yeah, a very cool pivot in this series by Harstem. We have seen pro players do double Stargate openings in the past as a way to shake things up, and it will be a Tempest on the way. And Cham needs to scout, or he may find himself in a position in which he's trying to fight off 2 Tempest with like 5 queens.
Tough. It's a tough ask for sure. Yeah, Roachworn getting fired up. That is not someone who knows a fleet beacon is on the map.
Cham, he's running around he's trying to get his lings into scout. He's got an inkling that something's wrong. But what? What is wrong, Cham?
Overlord speed would be nice.
Yeah,
It's on its way.
Like, the absence of anything is setting off alarms. He hasn't even seen a second Oracle, which is a big tell. It's like, what are you building out of that Stargate? And Cham does invest in a Spire, so he's got a feeling. And yeah, he's just doing the math and putting 2 and 2 together. Now, it's going to be a while before this Spire is finished up. However, as long as the queens can buy time, and it is only 5 queens, but there's 3 Spore Crawlers out that can be repositioned as well. Tempest,
yeah, I mean, Roaches... I love the Roaches in production. It's like, I guess, counterattack? Because they're not helping on base defense, I can tell you that much.
No, they are not. The Spore Crawlers do move towards the front, and it's just a matter of buying time for Cham, saving up resources to build those Corruptors. Queens actually get nice attacks off on one of the Tempests to push it back. 2 of them actually softened up, so quite a good start from Cham. I mean, Roach is running underneath the Tempest. It's a tough job, but if they're buying time, then it is fine.
Yeah, these queens are falling at a fairly alarming rate, but again, 6 corruptors are now on the way. That's what the key is here. Ooh, taking some spore
Oh,
shots. He's
no.
gonna lose a Tempest to a spore. That one's taking some damage as well. A little bit sloppy there from Harstem.
Yeah, this other Tempest is taking a lot of heat from this one queen. It will kill the queen, but so far the damage is not done by this Tempest Rush. He has lost a Tempest. He's only killed, well, 5 drones, 2 overlords, and the queens. So Cham may struggle with larva a bit, but corruptors are fairly larva dense.
Oracle working down a lot of these drones too.
Corruptors
Corruptors finally take it out, but the damage is done. Corruptors out. Tempest cannot get any more done. Psystorm gets fired up. Blink for Stalker is going to be good against these Corruptors too. And this is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking quite promising for Cham. He's even going for a Lurker Den, which is very cool to see. Already thinking about the later stages of the game. Harstem is going for a Mothership, which is an incredibly powerful tool for the Protoss. But there's the Corruptors coming on in. They're going to try and eye up that Nexus. Instead, they find a couple of undefended Tempest.
Yep, Shield Battery keeps one of those alive, which is nice. Hydra's coming in, Lurker Den on the way. Roach is trying to attack on aim, but enough Stalkers and Tempest to shove them away for now. Harstem defending, but Cham's on 4 total bases. Mothership is on the way. And yeah, Harstem's having a really fun game here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting opening from the Protoss, but it's definitely one you can transition out of. Harstem is really short on gas right now, so he's got to make sure those are fully saturated, and he does. He can spend his excess minerals on static defense as he builds a couple of cannons. The High Templar being out en masse is very important because that can really overcome any supply lead that Cham may have.
Yeah, I think Cham's all right. I like his position here. He's getting +2 missile attack, speed for those Hydralisks. High Templar count looking fairly hefty, though, and those Hydras will melt fairly quick to them, High Templar.
Yeah, I do like how quickly Cham has gone into Lurkers here. Now, he doesn't have Tunneling Claws, or pardon me, he doesn't have Adaptive Talons, but still, Lurkers are very good because, well, High Templar don't obliterate them, which makes them an ideal Zerg
They do not. Attack here and also into the front door of Harstem at the same time, trying to bust through Zealot, trying to hold the line. But the cloak gets popped and they can't hit anything. There's not an Overseer here.
Yeah, Harstem blinked underneath that Overseer and killed it so quickly. Now, damage is still being dealt, though, as the Corruptors go for Caustic Spray on the Nexus in the main. They shall not get that, but the 4th base of Harstem did go down. There is a couple of Zealots counterattacking.
Yeah, this is chaos right now. That Nexus did die. The main Nexus of Champs is alive. Drones dying all over the place. Probes dying here, too. Lurkers parking just outside of the natural base of Harstem, trying to get in there while we're at it. Small groups of roaches running around all over. These Lurkers need to run. They've been revealed. The Stalkers are going to chase them. The Tempests are going to chase them. And we got to get out. It's 177 to 142 supply here. Cham is still feeling pretty good.
Yeah, killing that 4th base is huge. There just wasn't enough static defense for that Nexus in order to save it while all the other happenings were going on. And yeah, that was a very bold attack by Cham, but quite well executed. He's gearing up for another one, it seems, this time bringing an additional Overseer as he does move towards that new 4th base from Harstem, attacking both angles once again. Just a handful of Roaches and Hydras to poke the other side while he shuts this Nexus down.
Goodness. I love that new attack from the Mothership, too. Just
yeah.
5 or 6 lasers shooting out all at the same time. So cool.
Oh,
Storm coming up on those Hydras.
Yeah,
okay,
Cham
Hydras want no part
forward.
of that. Lurkers tearing apart these Stalkers for sure. Mothership not really intended to kill Lurkers. Ooh, again, the cloak getting popped.
You gotta go, Lurkers.
And these they have no target at all. They just don't have any targets. Double Nidus network getting started up here from Cham, too. He's going to start hitting hard with those Nidus worms. That cloak was clutch.
Yeah, Harstem's been taking some good trades so far. As we see, it's almost 14,000 resources lost against 9,500. So he's been taking good trades, and the fights have gone his way. Now, Cham still is a 5-base Zerg, going to be 6 bases. Hive is on the way. And we'll see. Harstem isn't just panicking and counterattacking. He's playing this very slow and methodically. You've got to love and respect that. Now is his next test, though, as 2 Nidus go up inside his main base. He identifies them. He's going to segment off just the Tempest, or pardon me, some of the ground units are going in. The Tempest are moving towards, well, that main base, too. It's that thing. It's like, where else is the Zerg going to attack? And it is
right
the 4th
here,
base.
actually. Yeah. Dude, double Nidus inside the main is such a baller move.
Oh.
Hydra's trying to chase down a Mothership. Time Warp gets popped. High
The
Templar
rest of the High Templar. It was a great storm, but not enough.
Dang. Yeah, Cham was just swarming everywhere. Like you said, where's he going to be next? Who knows? I don't. It's so annoying to play against this swarming style. And Harstem just could not hang on, was losing Nexuses, was losing High Templar, losing probes. Mothership stayed alive the entire game, which is crazy. Motherships do not usually pull that off. But at the end of the day, that is a win for Chammies. 2-0 over Harstem here. We'll see if Harstem can pull off some kind of a reverse sweep magic. We had that happen, actually, at our last event. So it's not impossible. And we'll see what we get here as we move over to the EU server. Not that that matters for you guys at all.
Yeah, I mean, being back on his home server could definitely help Harstem out a little bit. But, I mean, ping isn't necessarily just like a instant win by any means.
There it is. There that is. All right, we're on Tokamak here for game number 3. Happy to see you all out here today. Phoenix, John, Solo, having a good time.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you're here, feel free to sign up, create an account here on Soup Live. This is where we're going to be. It's a nice, shiny website. You can log in with your Google account or whatever. Don't actually have to make a new account and username. That's what I did. I'm just Falcon Paladin out here. It's pretty simple. See, look, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, click the like button, follow the channel, all that good stuff. Check out the other streams on Soup as well, as the website is growing. And now we are ready as we load into the next game. Glimpse Cham's profile a little bit. Yeah, like, Cham ladders on the EU server from time to time. He's 6200 MMR, so he is familiar playing with the ping, which again is one of the reasons why we invited him to this cup.
Yeah, and why he was willing to do it too, so. He's got the experience. He knows what he's doing. All right, Tokamak, the ladder edition, game number 3.
Okay, in the bottom left, it's Rebellion's Harstem. Oh, pardon me. I said Harstem was on Liquid.
Oh, that's right. You did. But
my mistake. Yes.
We're good. Top right, Cham.
I apologize to Harstem fans and Harstem himself and his team, as it is important to give credit where credit is due. Like, I'm not crazy. He was on Team Liquid, though, wasn't he? Or...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Here, let me see if I can pull that up. According to the Liquipedia, get a history of that? Ugh.
Probably have to go to Team Liquid's player page, because that.
No, it's actually it's on his. Yeah, it's on his page from 20. Oh, not as long as I thought. From 2020 to 2022, he was on Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. How they didn't re-sign him, or maybe it was his choice to pursue other opportunities, because, like, Team Liquid, once you're on Team Liquid, it almost seems like you're on that team for life, generally. Harstem goes for a very interesting wall to start this off. Is this just a tokamak thing, or...?
It's a fairly narrow wall off compared to some other maps. Not too bad.
Yeah, I guess that's just a way to wall, so then you can hide your second pylon and potentially, well, not necessarily about hiding your second pylon, but about hiding your next building. So the Zerg will be like, oh, what's he going for? There's no second gateway in the wall.
Oh yeah, Harstem, big fan of the Adept into Oracle opening. That's exactly what he's doing here again. I mean, that's not why he's losing these games, right? The opening is solid. The opening gets the scouting. The opening can get some kills here, and he did. He got some kills with the Oracles in the last game. Adept got the good scout off. The really fast Tempest, you know, did get some damage, killed some queens. Really nicely done there, but then those lurkers were causing problems. The Niduses, I really don't think he was quite ready for that. And then just the nice use of Corruptors and Roaches and Lings and Hydras and Lurkers just kind of being everywhere. It was great control by Cham to be in as many places as he was. And eventually just kind of get worn down.
Yeah, Cham did a phenomenal job. We'll see if he can potentially repeat that success. Now, he is going to have to start fighting Adepts in his mineral line. He goes for an instant surround on them, though, to minimize the damage, and 2 Adepts for 3 drones is not terrible for the Zerg. Like, that was an instant surround. Good reaction by Cham. Harstem does have a quick third base on the way behind this, as Ling's speed does finish up for Cham. Can force that Oracle to use its Pulsar Beam. Not having all those extra 2 Adepts out is a big deal because, yeah, the Protoss has to rely on that Oracle, has to use energy recharge. Cham.
Lings. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to jump on this third base. Where's the Adept? Okay. There's an Oracle. There's the Adept. Okay, we're good. I was all worried, but Harstem wasn't worried. He was fine.
Okay, Oracle flying in towards the natural. Queens are doing a great job corralling that out of the base, so good positioning by Cham. We've got Blink on the way here for Harstem.
And Cham going into his Roach Warren again. He loves his Roaches, man. I know a lot of Zergs do these days, but... I mean, Harstem went Tempest opening in the last game, and Cham went Roaches anyway. It's not all he did, but he used them to great effect, even in a Sky Toss kind of a world. So, I mean, Cham's like, these are good units. We're going to use them, if just for base defense, but we're going to have them. Oracle comes swinging in. There's not a Spore here. There are 2 queens, but it's not going to save... What? I feel like that drone should have been dead. I thought it took a lot of damage, but maybe there was another one there that it was hitting underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, the Oracle up to 8 kills in total. Some of them are Lings. But that is probably like the best thing Harstem's had go for him in this game so far. Just getting those few drones. Cham has made that decision to be a greedy Zerg and cut Spore Crawlers to have a stronger economy. It feels like you don't see players make those risks as much these days. So you almost got to respect Cham for playing like that. But we'll see whether it works out in the end, as he does have a decent number of Lings to try and defend against these Stalkers, as he gets a nice wraparound Queens moving off the creep in order to chase the Oracles away and save the Lings.
Yeah, that's a pushback anyway, though, by Cham. No big deal.
You know, the Lings immediately run towards that third base. I'm not sure there's enough Stalkers to save this, but Harstem does blink into a nice defensive position. Cham gets a little supply blocked and potentially prepares for a boom as he fires up 7 overlords. And there's 12 roaches.
Man. Yeah, that is 14 now. Like I said, the man likes a roach.
He does.
It does him well. Can't really hate on him for it. He's up 2-0 in the series.
21 roaches building at a time.
And the answer to this from Harstem is going to be Psystorm in charge with the +1 attack.
Yeah, we haven't seen an Immortal yet. Okay, Ling's getting on top of the Stalkers. A few more coming from behind to try and surround these. Harstem is pretty far out as he's running. Has to go for a frantic recall, maybe not realizing just how many units Cham had. And he did lose a few Stalkers, so his army gets whittled down to 40 supply against Cham's big attack now.
Yeah, I mean, roaches are supply heavy, but even then, that's a lot. Here he comes, charging on in. Lings, trying to take that cannon down. They do get it. Blinking inside your own mineral line to stay alive. Oracle trying to burn this stuff down, but you're not attacking Ravagers here, sir. These are roaches. They have a little more HP than the Ravagers do. But look at this, 9 probes down.
GG.
And just Roach Man roaches in, gets the win. 3-0s Harstem and